Okay, I'm super excited to be doing this tonight. It was kind of just something that was first on my heart, and then I asked a few ladies that are on here with me tonight if they would like to join in, and each of them are here for a very special, specific, and important reason. But it was on my heart to do something like this, mainly because of just what has been going on around us with the virus, society, everything right now. But what I have found is that there was really no better day to do it other than now, because I mean, drop a one in the chat if this month just feels like a whole new or different, or just like it's going to be a fire month for you, because I know my team's on fire and we're just ready. And so this is going to be the best way to kick off this month. And I want you guys to also know going into this month that you're going to get out of this what you put into it, okay? But all of that is going to start with your mindset. So I wanted to share a little personal experience that has really helped me, in something that I kind of thought of as like I climbed a mountain so that I could show others how to climb it too. So just a little story about me when okay, was this? Yeah, the month I was going triple. Nobody saw this. Everybody saw a lot of success really, really fast. But the month I was going triple, I went through about 3 really crazy, life-changing things that, not life-changing, but not the best things. And I had so many mental breakdowns, okay? I am 23 years old, so if you have ever been in a position where you feel like nobody supports you, or that if you're young like me and you have your friends that make fun of you, or you lost friends, I was right there with you. I lost all of my friends, lost all of them. And not just that, but in a very, very bad way. It was very triggering. It was very heartbreaking, and it was horrible. Something happened with my brother that could have been very serious. And then I also had a family member pass away. Okay. And all these things happened, and I actually had a breakdown. I texted Kelsey, my enroller, and I was like, I just need you to tell me I can do this. Okay. Have any of you ever felt like that, where you're just like, somebody please just tell me I can do this, because I don't believe in myself right now? But none of you ever thought that was ever going to be me, but that was me. I had no idea how I was going to hit a promotion. I didn't feel like I could do it. I was stuck, and let me just tell you, it was the devil. Because the devil knew my mindset was so strong business-wise that he was like, okay, I'm going to keep throwing things at her. And things that are horrible or, life-changing things usually come in threes. So that was a really weird thing, that it all came in a three things together. But I texted Kelsey, and she probably freaked out so much because she called me right away. She never heard me say that. And I was actually at work at the hospital. This was when I was working full-time in nursing, and I broke down crying in a bathroom, and I was just bawling. She probably couldn't even understand what I was saying. I was just bawling. Okay. This was 10 months before my team and I went triple. And what got us through it was really just my mindset. And being that leader and just leading from the front at all times, and reminding myself that I was worthy and that I can give myself a day to go through things, but it doesn't mean that I can't still achieve what I want to achieve, and that I'm still worthy and I can still do whatever I set my mind to, as long as I set my mind to it. And so I'm going to I'll add in things as we go tonight, but I really want to start off with having Tracey Jo talk tonight. She's been going through a lot. If you guys haven't seen her around, she'll explain her whole story. But Tracey, can you go ahead and unmute yourself? Tell us what's been going on with you and how you have gotten through all of it.
Oh my God. Well, I'm standing in my kitchen, so hoping the internet holds out a little bit better on this one. But yeah, if you want to know about mindset, I was taught that more than ever this month, more than ever. I mean, the mindset of when I went triple and stuff was rough, and it was a struggle, and you didn't give up. You just kept going because you kept seeing that goal. But this month, I'm shooting for presidential. I'm on a roll, man. I'm getting 60 LCs a month. I am freaking kicking ass. And right before this happened, my email shut down. I couldn't get any emails. I'm like, what the hell? And I'm messing with that. Then on Friday, the 13th of all days of March 13th, I'll never forget it. It was like 10:10 in the morning. It locked me out. It locked me out of Facebook. Well, I've learned a lot of lessons with this, but I ran my whole business on Facebook. Nowhere else really, but on Facebook. I was sick to my stomach. I didn't know what was going on. It was not coming back. And I went through, oh my God. At first, I was like positive. I'm like, this is the devil talking to me because he knows something good is about to happen. And he's trying to stop me. He's trying to stop me. I went through days of that, telling myself that. And then Facebook kept shutting me out. I started to let the devil get in. And I screamed and I yelled and I cussed at God and I said, what the hell? Then I started letting the devil win. And the devil was making me believe that all those things, it wasn't God doing, I mean, it was him doing it to me. He was doing it and I started to believe it. And then I had my fit. And then my husband looked at me and he said, you need to calm down and remember why you started this. You need to remember why you started this. And I sat back and I was like mad at first. And then I was like, you're right. I can do this. Let me think. What can I do? What can I do with the situation I'm in? I need to start focusing on Instagram and TikTok and all of this and that. And when I started doing that, even though my mindset was struggling, I felt so disconnected from my team. Felt so disconnected. I felt like my house had burnt down, and I felt so alone. Even though everybody was still there, I just didn't feel like I was connected with anybody anymore. And then I realized God was showing me something. He was showing me to spread my wings a little bit and to not put everything in one basket. He was showing me to slow down and get organized, basically, because I was putting my family aside because I was just drilling in this business, and I wasn't doing it for the right reasons in the right way, if that makes sense to you. I knew what I was doing, but I wasn't giving my family the time. And my husband even said that. He said, maybe God did this to you to slow you down because you put us all on the back burner for a little bit. And I didn't realize I had done that. And it made me really wake up, and it made me start to rethink things with this whole business. It made me start looking at other avenues. It made me start looking at it a different way. So I didn't go presidential this month. I'm probably going to not go for a little bit because I'm basically rebuilding, but that's okay because I know where I'm going. I know where I'm going, and my mindset is there now, and it's on a better level. I'm doing the business at a different angle now, and I'm fulfilling myself, which I wasn't doing. I was not fulfilling myself as much as I needed to. I wasn't giving to my family as much as I needed to. I can absolutely do this business and all those things. I just wasn't letting myself. So God stopped me in my tracks, and he said, you're going to now. You're going to now. And I signed two distributors up off of TikTok and Instagram. 2 ladies that are ready to start. Still got some LCs. Still managed to show that I can still do this. I wasn't just Facebook. There was more to me than that. And it actually made my team step up. I wasn't letting my leaders step up. I mean, they were there and leaders, but I wasn't giving them that control. And when I got locked out, I had to turn to them. I said, you guys got to step up, and you guys are going to have to take over for me until I can get this fixed. And I get goosebumps thinking about this because I have never, and it makes me want to cry because I didn't realize. I knew I had a freaking awesome team. I knew I had an awesome team. I didn't realize how awesome and how much of a team they were. They all bound together and they backed me 100%, and they ran and they worked because they knew what I believed in, and they believed it too. And they were all right there. And I tell you, it was a game changer for me. It was a game changer. When you have that focus and you know what you're going for, it doesn't matter how long it takes. It doesn't matter ranks. I wish they'd take the ranks off, because it does not matter what rank you are or what time schedule that you get there. That does not matter. You're doing what you want to do for you to get to a goal that you want to get to, no matter how long it takes. So I could have sat here, threw my hands up and said, hell with it, I'm not doing this anymore. Then the other thing that happened, the third thing that happened, because it happens in threes, was the coronavirus. So now I've got that even going against me. But that woke me up even more, because I knew I did not want to go back to work. I knew God gave me this opportunity for this reason, to be right here where I am. So all those bad things that I could have looked at in a negative way, I looked at it in a different way. It depends on the way, what side of the glass you are looking in. What side of the glass are you looking in? If I look at it over here, it can be negative. If I look at it over here, it's going to be positive. You've got to decide what you want with this business. You got to decide and remember your why. When I get down and I struggle, I look at my granddaughter and I want to kick myself in the ass for even getting down, because that is my why right there. So if your why is strong enough, and if your why isn't strong enough yet, it will be. It will be. You may think you don't have a why yet. I didn't have a why when I started. I didn't have a why or story. No why or story. I was just running stupid. And now I've got the biggest why and a big story to tell. So don't ever doubt yourself. Don't ever think that you're nothing and that everybody else is bigger than you or whatever. It's about you, and you have all these amazing people around you. I think the part I miss most, and then I'll shut up, is my connection with everybody. I missed my family right here, this family right here. I missed it, and I felt totally lost without it. Not any check or anything. It was my family right here. That's what this business has given to me, and that's what it's going to give to you too. If you're new, man, you're in the right place at the right time. That's all I can tell you. I don't know what else you want me to share. Cammie, I could go on and on and on and do a freaking hour of this preaching.
I know. And when I thought of this, I was like, Tracey would be perfect for this. She went through something that a lot of us in this chat, myself included, it would have been very hard for me to not throw my hands up in the air, because I do work my business solely off of pretty much Facebook, which is so crazy being a girl in my 20s, not utilizing Instagram. And so even just through your experience, I've learned a lot. And so I think God is truly using you to move mountains in other people's lives, and truly using you to tell people, okay, you guys all need to wake up, because having multiple resources for a business like this is so crucial. But how did you flip that switch in your mind, especially because you are yellow? And not that that is a bad thing at all, but you feel your emotions so deeply. How did you flip that switch from feeling like everything was out of your control? Because I'm a very, not control freak, but I don't like to not be in control either. How did you let go of control and flip that switch?
That had to have been the hardest part, because the other part I didn't mention is my husband had been laid off for 6 months. And so my income was the only income. So I had that panic mode behind me that, oh my God, my whole business just got locked out. This could be very devastating. And I got into panic mode, and it was really weighing on me. And what flipped the switch really was the day that I had the breakdown. And I freaking yelled at him, and I yelled at God, and I'm like, I've been doing everything right. At least I thought I was, and my faith is there, and my faith has always been there through bad times and good, and I didn't understand it. And when my husband looked at me, because I'm the one that knows everything, not him. So for him to actually say something that made sense was like, whoa, you're so right. Of course, I didn't tell him that. I just slammed the door and then I thought about it. But I mean, that's what flipped. Well, that and my daughter calling me because she's crying, because she's freaking tired, because she's an ER nurse, and she's crying because they're working her ass off and she's scared and she has the baby at home. And she's like, you know, and that tore my heart out. And I was like, I'm sitting here whining about this. No, this can be changed. This can be changed. It's time to get up, dust your ass off, and go back in kicking. And that's what I decided to do. And I got kicked out of Facebook 2 more times, but I had to laugh. I had to laugh. And I went on TikTok and said, hell with you, Facebook. And that's what I told everybody too. Hell with you. But it is a lesson. And that is what flipped it. My husband looked at me and he said, we've been through worse. We'll be okay now. And he was right. And I forget those things. I forget we had a roof over our head. We had food on our table. We had our health. That's all we needed. That's all we needed. And I was focusing more on worrying about my team and worrying about, you know, our check and everything, you know, and I had to step back and go, no, we made it this far. We made it this far from all I did. I can still do this. I can still do this. So if that makes sense, I don't know. I've had way too much skinny brew too.
Yes, no, all of that was so good. And you talking about your daughter it's very ironic because I was talking to my mom the other day, and if you guys don't know, I was in nursing too. I did labor and delivery, and I have an immune deficiency and I have asthma. And I just retired from nursing 6 months ago, and my mom said that was God's way of getting you out of there before all this crap hit. Because even though I'm in a small town and I'm at home a lot and whatnot, if I would have been in the hospital and around that 24/7 or even getting transferred to the ER, if I come in contact with the corona, it would be hard for me. And, you know, not to say that it would be life-threatening, but we don't know. And so maybe that was God's way of getting me out of a tough situation. Because guys, working just nursing in general, and I was going to nursing school too, it is draining. It's so mentally, physically, emotionally draining. And so one, I have so much respect for people who are doing it in the field right now, but I am also so grateful that I don't have to do that I can choose to do this business and have it be hard sometimes over choosing to put myself in a life-threatening situation that could potentially kill me, potentially hurt my family if I'm around them, and also just like allow me to get some sanity. Okay, it wasn't worth the pay. And there's been so many times that yes, you can go back to what you came from, but what are you going back to? And what is it going to hurt if you just keep trying? Is it really going to hurt anything? It might be scary, and that's okay. It's okay to be scared, but it's not okay to not try. It's not okay to not try to make your situation better. It's not okay to do better for you and your future, for your kids, your family, for your family to come. It's not okay. You have to try to just do better. Okay.
Can I add something real quick? Because I have squirrel brain and like I will absolutely forget to say this if I don't say it now. So one thing that I love that Tracey talked about is how the thing that she missed was the community, right? Like that was the thing, is like her family. And there was, in my opinion, there's 2 reasons that happened. Number one, just God reminds us and gives us these nudges about don't take for granted what you have. Okay. And he just reminds us how much we have to be grateful for. But the second reason I think that happened is to remind Tracey how relentless, how tough that she is, and that she can do this. And I think so often we hate the valleys, but that's where we see how strong we really are. And that as much as we love the external things that help us and get us through, that we can do this whether we have that or not. And I think that that is such a powerful lesson because when nobody is there to lift you up, when nobody's there to motivate you, when nobody is there to send you all these positive vibes, guess what? It hurts and it's hard. But at that point, you have no other choice but to do it for your freaking self. When nobody's telling you how great you are, when nobody's telling you all this other things, what they're telling you and what you have to learn how to tell yourself is, let's do this. And you become really reconnected with the core of why you ever joined. And I just had to say that because I think that can be a lost art, because our team is so connected and we have so many amazing trainings and we have so many amazing people on here. But at the end of the day, we can't do it for you. We can't create that motivation every single day, day in and day out. At some point, you have to bear down and say, here I am showing up for me, regardless of if anybody else is showing up. So I think that that's so crucial, just to I just wanted to point that out real quick.
Yeah.
And that's exactly the truth right there, because the girls on my team, what I felt, another lesson real quick, and I will shut up, was with me not being in our group chat, they were forced to trust their own instincts. They were forced to believe in themselves. Instead of me giving them the answers all the time, they had to rely on themselves. And it was a good, because it showed them just how strong and how much they did know. So you do know your stuff. Sometimes, when we're giving it to you over and over again, sometimes I regret that, because it makes you get too dependent and you're not believing in yourself. And you've got to believe in yourself. Trust your instincts. And we're here to back it up for you. But that was a big lesson in that for not only me, but my team.
Yeah. And that would definitely be challenging for my team, but my blue brain over here, that would be challenging. But going back also to what Kelsey said about learning, especially in this season, to be grateful for what you do have, because it is so easy, especially if you are like me and you're a red, to get caught up in what you think you should be doing with this business, or where you think you should be, where you think your paycheck should be. It's so easy to get caught up in making more than the average American makes at a 9-to-5 job. It is, especially if you are like me and you've seen big checks, you know what is possible, okay? And if you get to a place where you lose rank or whatever happens and you feel like, me personally, guys, I've lost rank and I felt like a one-hit wonder. And it was a bad valley to go through. I went through a lot, and I honestly got to the point, kind of like Kelsey saying, where I was just pissed off. But I was pissed off at the devil. I was like, okay, you've done enough. Like, I'm pissed now. You've done pissed me off, and I'm going to fight. And you have to get to that point too. Quit letting the devil own your story. Quit letting him own what he's done to you. He's over there laughing, but he's owning what he did to you. And instead, you're taking it. Get pissed off. Fight back and fight for yourself. But also just being super grateful in a time like this for what we do have. I know Tay the other day shared about just being super grateful for a fast start bonus she got right as soon as people started losing their jobs. And this was right when we had gotten paid last month, and I was able to put my full check into a savings. But the month before that, I was mad and I was stressed and all these things because of my mindset, because my checks weren't where I wanted them to be for what I'm planning on doing in the next few months. And it was really a mindset check for me of, people are struggling, people are getting laid off, people can't afford food, and you just put a multiple $1,000 check in a savings account. Be grateful. And so being grateful for what you do have, because God is not going to bless you with something if you're not grateful for what you already do have. But also, don't get complacent. You can be grateful, but still be hungry. So now, since that story kind of came from Taylor, I'm going to go ahead and let Taylor talk on mindset. She has so much to share, and she's just somebody that I look up to so much. Taylor, can you go ahead and unmute yourself, girlfriend?
Yes, on that topic. Wow. That's actually like what I was thinking about talking about as you were, before you even said that. I was like, what am I going to say? And I was just thinking about, there was 2 different times in my business where I felt so discouraged and mad that I was like very close to just wanting to throw in the towel. And I'm not a quitter. I don't give up. Like, I'm very red. Like, if there's a goal, I'm going to crush it. And the very first time I felt like I wanted to quit the business was when I promoted to Ruby. It was the 3rd month in my business. And the month after I promoted to Ruby, one of the girls on my team called and canceled her account, like with customer service. And so my qualified leg was just gone. All of that volume, I had built this girl to executive, and she called and canceled her account. And I was so angry. And that month I maintained, I think, distributor. Like, I lost rank completely because that girl called and canceled her account. And I was just so angry. I was like, this is just like wrong. Like, what the heck? I was blaming the company. I was like, just so frustrated. And I was like so close to calling and canceling because I was like, I'm putting in all this work. I'm doing all the things. And then why does this happen? And that was the first road bump in my business. And you all will have a road bump, but I promise you, like, if you just look past it and know that it's just a road bump, like, there's other paved lanes that you can take, and there's so much more waiting for you on the other side of that bump. You just have to have the mentality to just pick yourself up, be mad for a second that happened, and then move on and know that, like, that's not it for you. Like, there's so much more waiting for you on the other side. And another time in my business where I was just so defeated, I think defeated is just like the best word that I can describe. It was, and this is where I got really complacent. It was right after I went double diamond. I just started working as a nurse full time, finally passed my boards. I just promoted to double diamond, and I was averaging some high income as a double diamond. I'm talking $10,000, $12,000 checks as a double. That's above average. And so I was also making my nursing income for the first time. So I was balling, right? Like, I'm making $3,000 as a nurse, $10,000, $12,000 as in this business. And I got so complacent with my business. Like, I didn't even know how to be hungry. Like, I didn't even know how to really just like keep pushing for a second. And just being a nurse, that was just like a whole new experience. And I was drained, and I just kind of like let myself go, like, leadership wise. And when I lost my rank of double diamond, I went from a $12,000 paycheck to barely $2,000 as a diamond. And so I saw $10,000 from my paycheck go away in a month. And I was like, holy crap. And it just kind of scared me. I'm like, can I ever get it back? Like, where did it go? Like, hello, like, where'd you go? And I realized, like, I just stopped showing up for myself. I stopped showing up for my team. I stopped being hungry. I stopped doing the things that it took me to get there. And I could have easily thrown in the towel. I could have said, you know what, I'll just go be a night shift nurse. I'll go make an extra $5 an hour. I'll settle with working as a nurse. But no, I literally prayed about it. And I quit my nursing job. I went PRN, not quit, but I took a step back from nursing so I could go home to build my business. Because I knew if I could get it once, guess what? I can freaking get it again. And if you're someone on here that's lost rank, I don't care if it's 1 rank, 2 ranks, 3 ranks, guess what? If you hit it once, you can do it again. You can do it again, you can do it again, and you can do it again. And you know what? If I would have just let that moment just define my whole being, and I would have just thrown in the towel, I would have never promoted to presidential diamond and seen $20,000 plus paychecks. Like, so just know that, like, wherever you're at in your business, it's just a process. And you have to enjoy the process, the good, the bad, and know, like, that this is a journey, and you're going to have uphill and downhill. But if you know where you're headed and you know that there's a destination over here, then you'll get there eventually. And just because it's going to be like this, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, that doesn't mean that you're not going to get there. And when you get there, you're going to appreciate it so much more, just because it wasn't this straight, narrow, easy path. Like, you're gonna wake up as an ambassador diamond and be like, dang, like, that was worth it. And so I just encourage you guys, if you feel defeated in your business, or you feel like, I don't know if I'm ever gonna get back my rank, you're gonna get it back. And you know what? God's timing is amazing. And there's so many lessons that need to be learned. Sometimes I feel like, personally for me, like, I felt like I didn't maintain my rank and that income because I wasn't appreciative of it. And I just kind of took it for granted. And God needed to give me like a gut check. Like, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, you can't handle a $10,000 paycheck right now, so I'm gonna take it away. And so there's always lessons. During the time, it's like, it's shitty. You're like, this sucks. Like, this is frustrating. But like, looking back, like, I've learned so much from those times, and I'm able to teach my team how to avoid some of those things and how to, you know, coach them through that. And so those are just some of my big takeaways from feeling super defeated.
So how long after you saw that huge decrease in your check till you went triple? Because I know you went pres right after you went triple.
So it took me 8 months to get my double diamond back. And then I went triple 2 months after that, and then pres 5 months after that.
And so that was probably the
craziest year. You guys, literally, I was making $1,000, and then 9 months later went triple, and then pres, and I made $20,000 from $1,000 in a year, in a month. Like, that's crazy. Only in a business like this can that happen. Seriously.
And so I loved what you said, how about how you were gonna settle for an extra $5 an hour.
Yeah.
So how much for your nursing job? So guys, drop a 2 in this chat if you've ever thought about, oh, I can pick up another job and I can settle for that minimum wage. If you have no college degree, I can settle for that $8-9 an hour, where you're barely making $2,000-3,000 a month, but you're working 40-60 hours a week. Guys, what if instead of you settling for that $8 or $9 an hour, whatever the minimum wage is where you're from, settle for 8 to 9 hours a week working your business and watch it boom, watch it take off. And also just understanding that there's so many times that we can also get caught up, and this is a whole new story, I won't go into this much, but we can get so caught up in thinking that we're working and we're doing all the right things, but really just take that time and focus in on, what am I doing to create results? What am I doing in my business to create results? Because I know I've been there where I'm scrolling through social media and I'm like, oh, I'm working, but it doesn't create results. Your paychecks aren't going nowhere. And it can be very, very discouraging. So Tay, have you ever, I know on my team, I've felt this way. I have people that feel this way sometimes. Have you ever felt like you're scared to sign distributors, or because you don't know how to coach them, like especially when you're first getting started, or just like that whole process? Have you ever felt like that?
Yeah, I can talk about just 2 things with that. The first thing is, in the beginning, I felt like I didn't see people as investments. And I just was like, I got to get a fast start. I got to pay my bills. Like, I got to sign 10 DT so I could pay my rent. Like, I wasn't looking at these people I was signing as investments. I was looking at it as like paychecks, which sounds terrible. Okay. Sounds terrible. And now I've done a lot of things wrong in my business, but I've also done a lot of things right. And being in the business 4.5 years now, I view people as freaking people, and I love on them, and I view them as investments, and I give them my time, and I'm giving them my energy, and I'm not expecting anything in return. And I used to get so mad if I would sign a distributor and they quit. I would get so mad. Like, why are you going to quit? You know, I just gave you a customer. Why are you going to quit? And now I don't expect nothing from nobody. If this ends up not being their thing, bless them and release them, baby, because my people are out there, and I'm going to find them, and I'm going to love on them regardless if they like this or not. And so if you start viewing the people you're signing as investments, your business will change, because you will mentor them differently. You will form relationships with them differently. And the relationship part of it is the biggest piece of the puzzle that will continue to keep them in your organization. Because that's what was missing from my business from the get-go. And that's why it took me so long to keep building and building and building, because I wasn't building relationships with people. And then the flip side, at times in my business, when I would sign a distributor, I would get in my head and say, you know what? They're just going to quit. The past 3 haven't done anything. They aren't showing up. They're not responding to me. They're ghosting me. So this person's probably not going to do anything either. I would like get in my head and like prejudge them before they even joined. And when you have that mentality, you're like welcoming that vibe. Like, you're basically asking for them to do that. And so when I changed my mindset, and it's written on my binder, it's on my daily worksheet, it says I attract people that are hungry. I attract people that are hardworking. I attract people that are motivated. And guess what? Majority of the people I've been signing are hardworking. They're signing their customers. They're earning their shopping sprees without me. And it's because I've just changed my energy. and that's it. So if you're stuck in that, you know, everyone's not working and everyone I sign sucks, they're a dud, change your mindset and ask God to put people in your line of vision that are hardworking, that can sign customers, that do want to change their life, and just watch you attract that. Like, cause it's crazy. Like, it's a shift, but it's a shift that needs to happen for sure.
Yeah, that was me. Probably up until I had went triple. I was very good at my team and I, we promoted a triple in 7 months within being in this business, and I had no network marketing experience. So with every promotion, I hit diamond 4 months in, and so it was just promotion after promotion after promotion from there. I charted myself volume, charted myself volume, charted myself volume. I actually, when I was charting myself triple and prez, I was like, you know, I don't care if they don't work. It's fine. I'll get the volume. Guys, wrong mindset. Yes, if people aren't where you want them to be, that's okay. But it's the wrong mindset to have, because I was just putting people in boxes. And I'm just being very honest with you guys and vulnerable, because I'm not proud of this at all. I'm not proud of the past mistakes that I made. I am proud to say that we went triple as a team, but I'm not proud to say, you know, what ways we did to get there sometimes. But now I have completely changed that. Now, like Taylor said, I love on people so hard. Now I believe in people. It's really hard for me to not necessarily release people, but I see so much potential in people now that it's like, please just come back, because you would be so amazing, you know? And so it's really hard, and I have a hard time letting people go. But I also want to let you guys know too that sometimes when you are at your breaking point and you are about to throw in the towel, is right before you're about to see your blessings.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if Shayla Wright is on here, and she might be embarrassed if I call her out, but she is a girl on my team, and she's on fire, and she was about to throw in the towel. A lot of things were struggling for her. She had 2 legs call and cancel their accounts within a month, right after she went Ruby, and she was struggling. She was about to throw in the towel, and guess what? 2 weeks later, she went Ruby. 2 weeks later, she went Ruby after she had been in one place for months, because she flipped her mindset and said, you know what? The devil is doing so many different things, but I'm not going to let him own this. I'm going to still do whatever it takes, because God had a plan for me when I started this business. And no matter what comes my way, God's plan is still going through, because this was his plan all along. And no weapon formed against you shall prosper. And that is the craziest thing. Is I was talking to Kelsey, last thing before we get to somebody else, but I was talking to Kelsey Thornton probably 2 months ago, and I see number sequences a lot, and I kept seeing the same one. And I didn't think anything of it. And what'd you say?
I said, who's that? Who's Kelsey Thornton? Anybody know?
We don't know. But I kept seeing this number sequencing, and I didn't understand like what it meant. And I finally I had a Bible verse that kept coming up into my head, and it was, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. And so I was like, okay, well, I was creating my screensaver, my Prez screensaver, and I looked up the Bible verse because I wanted to put it on there, and the verse itself is 54:17, and the numbers that I kept seeing was 5:17, 4:17, 5:17. I would always see it in the morning, not 4:17, y'all, I ain't awake then, but I would see 5:17 in the morning, I would see 5:17 in the evening, and 4:17 in the evening. And I had no idea what this meant, but then when I saw that Bible verse, it clicked with me, and it stuck with me. Okay, God's going to send you signs, and he's going to send you everything. But I also want you to know that God had a plan when he put this business in your life before the coronavirus started, before all these different things happened. And guess what? He put this business in your life knowing that all these things were still going to happen. This was his plan all along, y'all. Y'all think he's playing some April Fool's joke? He's not. This is his plan, okay? He has this, and he has you, and he has plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope in a future. And if you truly just had faith that that is truly what he plans on doing with you in this business, that will be enough. It's not going to be, I'm not going to say it's not going to be hard or it's not going to be scary, because it is, but have that faith and just know that no matter what goes on in your life, he is always in control, and he's still in control now. Okay. I'm super excited for this next girl. Gabby, unmute yourself. You can bring all fire, and you just have the best energy, so I'm so excited to have you talk.
Oh my gosh. Y'all, we're talking about the Devil's playing games this month already. It's the first, and we're playing games like reset my phone games, y'all. Like, not cool. All messages gone, everything gone. My team, literally, I was messaging them on Facebook. I was like, bro, if you need me, ping me here, because my phone is not turning on. And I turned my phone on, and guess what? I have an LC on Instagram and an LC on Facebook. So turn up. Devil cannot stop us, y'all. Literally, like, I swear to God, this business is such a blessing. But like, it is a mindset. Like, it is a total mindset. What Tracey was saying, like, with all the bad things that happen, you can either dwell on it or use it as fuel. And I'm seeing in the comments, like, everybody that's talking about, like, I've been upset and I've been struggling and I'm frustrated, and it's okay to feel those things with this business, because if you didn't feel those things, you wouldn't care about this business. You would not care about this business, and you would not feel those things if you didn't want this bad. So that's why I say use that as fuel, okay? When I joined this business, you guys, I was just looking for an extra $250 to pay for gas, groceries, and to get my nails done, because I was slumming it in a 500 square foot apartment. Kelsey, literally, I was scared to death of Kelsey, and I wouldn't even get on video with her because I was like, damn, she's pretty. She got these like crazy buns going on, and I'm like, she's successful. I will never ever be able to like be her. Like, I was like, dang, like, what am I doing? And so I literally remember this one time, and it was my 4th month in the business. So I got started in February. My upline quit in March. So I was literally like 3 weeks in, you guys. Kelsey swooped me up, dusted me off, made me feel like normal, kind of. And I was like, no idea what I was doing, working 70 hours a week. I was a hot mess. And I remember walking out to my car, because the walls were paper thin in my apartment, walking out to my car in the pouring rain, and I called Kelsey, and I was bawling my eyes out because I was like, I can't do this. Like, I can't do this. I am burnt out. Nothing is working for me. I was going for Ruby. I was literally 4 months in, seeing people go Ruby in like freaking like 3 days. I was like, what the hell? Like, what is the secret sauce, and why don't I have it? And she literally, you guys, like, I swear this business brings the best people into your life. And like, and what Tracey said and what Kelsey said and what Taylor was saying, like, all of these people, if you just stay in, they will guide you on the righteous path to freaking success and finding who you are on top of everything. And so she was just like, you need to make a choice. You need to make a choice, and you just need to do the things. Because I was making excuse after excuse. I didn't have time. I didn't get enough sleep. I didn't have my phone. I had plans with my friends, all of these things. And as soon as she told me that, like, I just need to put my head down and just do the things, the really simple things that we have to do for this business, the next month I went Ruby and earned a $2,000 bonus and a $500 paycheck. And I was like, dang, that's it. That's all I got to do. And so you literally you are given this business by whoever came into your life and presented it to you, whether you took it the day that it came to you, or you waited a year, 2 years, 3 years watching your enroller. It doesn't matter how long it took. You made that choice. So now it's time to make the choice every single day. Because if you made the first step, why are you afraid to take the second? Because the first step is the scariest. You already are in. You already paid. You already got your e-suite. You filled out the freaking tax forms, and you're in. Okay. But where I like to like really dwell on my team and like make sure that they know, like, all they have to do is just block out the noise and focus on themselves and what they want. That's all that matters. Like, when you start to do the things, and it's going to be uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. You guys, I have been in this business for 2 years and I still get read on Zooms because I'm nervous. And like, I still sometimes don't know what I'm doing or what I'm saying, or I'm a hot mess and I'm on here and I'm just like, just speaking what's on my heart, because this business has completely taken my life and taken it 180, 360, whatever's after that. I don't do math, but like, the thing is, like, you just have to believe that this can work and it will work. But it's not going to do anything unless you work it. So you need to educate yourself. You need to lean on your upline. You need to, if you have been in this business for months and months and months, and you're just like, why hasn't it happened for me? It's because you are telling yourself every single day that it's not going to work. That it worked for Sally, but how I can never be like Sally. And it worked for Gabby, but I'm nothing like Gabby. You don't have to, I don't want you to be like me. I want you to be like you. I want you to build your team the way that you want to build your team. I want you to lead your team the way that you are meant and being called to lead your team. And you should never compare yourself to anybody else in this business, because every single one of us has a different story and a different journey. And I've had to go through different valleys than anybody else that's gone triple diamond. But that was the sweetest part. And Tay hit it right on the head. She's like, if you wake up the next day and you're ambassador diamond, if those trials and tribulations didn't happen to you, then what is the point? Excuse me, I almost just said the F word. Damn. But like, I'm like, woo. But y'all, that's how serious I am about this, y'all. Like all you have to do is just believe in yourself and just take one step at a time. And I swear, Kelsey had, I forget her name, on that Zoom on Monday, on our team Zoom on Monday, and she was interviewing the presidential diamond. And she was literally triple for like 6 freaking years. And she just went presidential because she just didn't freaking give up. And if I get to hang out with y'all and I'm just chilling, but like I get to like do this business, like I'm cool with that. But like, dang, I want a 30 grand paycheck, so let's go. You know what I mean? So like, and all of us are worthy of that. And we are literally on this Zoom with people who have done it. So all we have to do is just do the freaking things. So I don't know where I was going with that, Cammie. I'm sorry. I like just like kind of blacked out there for a second.
No, I loved it, but it was so funny because you were like, oh my gosh, I just almost said the F word, and then you're like, damn. If my team's on here, they're like, oh girl, you should be on Cammie's Zoom. She's up here. I'm actually good. But when I started, y'all, it was bad. It was really bad when I first started. Every other word was a cuss word. No, I love that so much. And I love just your heart in general. And you have gone through some really, really crazy stuff. And I know that when you hit triple, it was just like the craziest thing. And I know that you appreciated it so much, you know, being through that valley and just truly going through all those things. What do you think really just changed the game for you, other than just switching that in your mindset?
Yeah. So I think the thing that really switched my mindset. So for those of you that don't know my story of like me going triple, so I went to conference last year, so not this past January, the January before, as a Ruby. That was after dropping rank from Diamond. So in January I was a Ruby. In February I earned back Diamond, and I was like, sick. I earned back Diamond. I'm cool. And I wasn't looking ahead. So like I wasn't looking forward. I wasn't planning for double yet. I was chilling at Diamond, and because I thought $2,000 was all I was worthy of. And then Kelsey freaking calls me at the end of February with this just like crazy sound in her voice. And I was like, what's up, dude? Like, what's up? I'm Diamond. What's good? And she was like, guess what? I was like, what? And she was like, you're going triple next month. I was like, I literally shit myself. Like, I was literally so scared. And I think the fact that she literally called me with so much belief in me, and like she wanted it almost more than I wanted, because I didn't even know what I freaking wanted. She told me what I wanted, and I was like, dang, okay, I guess let's go. And I just completely blocked out any doubt, any negative self-talk. I woke up every single morning and I had it on my little tiny mirror in my little freaking apartment. It says, I am triple diamond. I said it out loud. I danced shook my booty in the morning at 5 a.m. before I started working. And I was like, I am triple diamond. I am a LC magnet. I'm going to enroll self-sufficient DTs and I'm going to hit this thing. And I literally brainwashed myself to do it. And and then once I started believing it, literally God volume started coming from the sky. Kelsey can literally attest to that. 150 BV orders, 250 BV orders coming from literally nowhere, and people falling from the sky, messaging me to join my team, ready to sign up, ready to go. And it literally is a frequency and a mindset. If you believe it and if you say it and you truly to your bones shake it out of you that like this is what you're made for, it will happen. It will freaking happen. And we freaking hit on the 31st and we were literally like, oh my God, I'm like starting to sweat even thinking about it. I was crying, I was laughing, I was shaking, I was like doing all of the emotions at the same time. And the thing that really made me so excited was every single promotion on my team meant so much to me. Knowing that I was changing people's lives, knowing that babies were going to be going and getting the best diapers at the store, and families were going to be able to take a vacation for the first time in years. And so it was my team just as much as it was for me. And it just, I don't know, it just hit a different rhythm. So if you are ready, don't wait for anybody else. The people that are ready to run with you will run with you, and you will just get it done.
Yeah, I love that. And guys, did you hear how her story was somebody told her she was going to hit a promotion, and whether somebody tells you that you're going for it or not, she just said, okay. She said, okay. And then she did whatever it took. So what are you going to say okay to? What are you going to say yes to that you have been putting on the back burner because of whatever reason? And I'm going to stop before I go. But Kelsey, go ahead. And you can bring the fire. I want you to share a story. I'm not saying that I'm like the shit or anything, but will you please share a story about what happened right before you signed me? Because you told me this after I went triple, and it's always stuck with me, and why I truly believe anybody that you sign in your business can be just a game changer.
Like, are you talking about like all the people that I quit before, or?
You told me how you had like somebody that was really strong.
Yeah. So, you guys, I'm like sweating because I have so much to say, and like I just feel like I'm about to burst at the seams because everybody got me so fired up. Like I don't know if I should have gone last because it probably wasn't a good idea. Anyways, so here's the thing: is before Cammie joined my business, I had a double diamond quit on my team, and I had been in the business long enough to know that people leave, but it's never gets easier. I'm going to tell you, because when you truly care about the people on your team, it just doesn't get easier. You get stronger and you know you're going to be okay, but that doesn't mean that it's easier. And I think that I just kept going, like, and I just kept thinking, like, when God closes one door, he's going to open a window. Like when one door shuts, a better one opens. And, you know, it's funny because Cammie, when she joined, it wasn't like she just hit the ground running. But what I've known is that, you know, I think it was Tay, who was talking about like how it's very easy to let the past distributors that you've signed who have left a bad taste in your mouth or who haven't worked become like you put that on the next person. And I always relate it to the Usher song, "You Remind Me of a Girl That I Once Knew," right? Like you carry all this baggage from your past relationships into your future ones. And it's the same thing in this business, right? And so I remember kind of wiping the slate clean and just saying like, I can't. But at some point you guys have to know that as hard as this decision is, you have to consciously, because it doesn't happen naturally, you have to consciously make the decision that the next person, every next person you sign is going to be your next diamond, is going to be the person that goes with you to ambassador. And even if you get disappointed, that is so much better than that person telling you that they felt like that you didn't believe in them. Because the last thing I would ever want is somebody walking away from my business feeling like I didn't give them my all, that I didn't believe in them, that I didn't pour every freaking ounce of myself into that person. And here's the thing is it's not always rainbows and butterflies. Like this business is a business and you're going to deal with adversity. But like I said about Tracey, like every single leader on here, every single person who's hit a rank that month, it's like I remember the month this just came up on my time hop. So I went triple the same month that my husband's account was going triple, and we earned $100,000 in bonuses that month. Okay. And on the 31st, which is the last day of the month, okay, which is a lot of volume needs to be brought in. Okay. It can be a little bit stressful. My son had to have tubes put in his ears, and it was like it wasn't like an emergency surgery, like he wasn't going to die, but like, it was like, we need to get him in. His ears were really bad. He was really sick. He had chronic ear. I mean, it was just like, you name it, it was coming at me. And I want you guys to know that your circumstances, your life won't get easier because you join this business. You get stronger, you get better, and stop wishing it was easier. Stop wishing that, because if it was easier, it wouldn't mean anything to you. It wouldn't be worth what it is worth because you fought through it. Okay? Because, I mean, if you think of anything, nothing good comes fast. What is good that comes fast? Nothing. A baby takes 9 months. A true relationship takes time. Building a business takes time. I literally said this like 2 years ago, and I really need to do this because it always keeps popping in my mind. Like, I'm going to write a book that's called Birthing a Business, because that's literally what it feels like when you do this. Like, there's labor pains, like it's freaking hard. Okay. Like, it is hard, and nobody's discrediting the fact that it's hard. But here's the thing. It's so worth it because you get to become the person that you were made to be. The last thing I would ever want to have happen is you to get to the end of the road and feel like, I wish I would have done more. And that's why we do these Zooms. And that's why we're on here. And that's why we're telling you, get up, wake up, do something. I don't care if you put up one Hosta post today. Do something for yourself. For yourself, because you owe you. You owe it to yourself to see what the F could happen if you just decided to go for it. Because here's the thing, is that if you want a promotion, if you want to do that, your job is to show up every single day. That's your job. That's it. Like, are you truly doing what it takes? Ask yourself the question, would I pay myself what a diamond makes? If that's what you want, if everybody wants that $15,000 bonus, would you be paying yourself that? And here's the thing, bro. I'm not trying to tell y'all that you should feel bad about what's already freaking happened, because that crap is done. And I've been through this freaking rotation so many times of like, oh my God, I should have done more, because in this business, you can always do more. Okay. And that can be a very deep and horrible trap to fall into. Okay. And I saw somebody post about like time management and balance. And what you have to realize is this business is a lifestyle. This business is a lifestyle. It is not, oh, how many hours of work do you put in? I do whatever it takes to get what I want because I have the opportunity to get what I want. But so many people are complaining and telling me, oh my gosh, like I just need the stability. And we want the stability of an income that we're actually complaining about because it's not paying us enough. So which one do you want? Do you want to have the opportunity to freaking go after any amount of income? There's people in our business who have made $225,000 a month paychecks. Money that you literally cannot fathom. But here's what I'll tell you. It doesn't come without the sweat. It doesn't come without any of that. But it comes with the privilege that you have the opportunity to work this business. It literally is a gift. And you join this business because you found hope in something else that was not your current situation. If you join this business because some part of you was unhappy, drop a 5 in the comments. That you knew that you were created for more, that you knew that what was currently happening in your life couldn't be what was happening a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now. Stop forgetting where you came from. Stop acting like where you came from is better than where you are now, because I guarantee you it's not. The work is hard. I mean, it's not hard. It's very simple, but like the consistency is hard. Showing up every day is hard. Doing it when you don't freaking feel like it. I'm going to tell you, there's some days, and I like, people know me as like the queen of self-development because I do most days love self-development, but like if I'm on my period, like I'm about to throw the phone against the wall, like I don't even want to hear anybody talk to me. Like I have freaking days like that. Okay. But you know what? I do it anyways. I turn it on, and you know what happens? I feel better after. I feel better after. And it might look different. It might not be me listening to the same person, but you know what? I'm going to find a way to make it happen, because I'm going to tell you, listen, so my husband has a great career. He's always had a great career since I worked this business. But let me tell you something. There was a shift that happened in me recently. All this Corona crap happened, right? And he works for the NCAA headquarters. And it's a really good job, according to most people, right? It's a really good job, and it's stable, and he's on a salary, and he has benefits and all of that stuff, right? It's like so annoying when people tell me all that. They're like, well, what are the benefits? Like, what are all this stuff? I'm like, bro, why are you worried about unemployment? Why are you worried about stability when you're complaining about the stability that you have? You're complaining about the stability. Like, you are wanting stability, but then the stability that you have isn't good enough. Like, that makes zero sense to me. But anyways, that's a whole nother topic. So anyways, this Corona stuff happened, and he said, and he texted me the other day, and he was like, there's no raises for this year. Nothing's happening. Like, there's no opportunity for a raise. And isn't it funny how God will often drop those things when you need it the most? Like, just drop you those little nudges, like, don't forget what you have your hands on. Like, do you hear me? Like, because it's so easy to take this for granted. It's so easy. It's so freaking easy. I'm just telling you, like, I've fallen into that trap way too many times. And it's so easy for people, like myself included, to fall into the trap of what other people think. Oh, well, if they don't see it, then maybe it's not real. I'm telling you, if God has placed a desire on your heart to go diamond, to go ruby, to go double, to go triple, to go prez, to go ambassador, it is there because you're more than capable to do it, and he wants you to have it. He wants you to have it. And everything that you need, because whatever you're called to, he's already equipped you for. It's already done. He's already put it inside of you. But are you activating it? There is no replacement for action. There is zero replacement. There's nothing you can do. And I heard this quote one time, and it said, like, the pessimist complains about the wind, but the optimist expects it to change. The leader is always going to adjust to the sails. Let me repeat that. The pessimist complains about the wind, but the optimist expects it to change and always is going to adjust their sails. So let me tell you, your life is going to hit. Somebody's husband might get laid off. Guess what? Somebody might have a miscarriage. Somebody might get a divorce. Somebody might lose their own job. Somebody might get pregnant. Somebody might have a newborn. I'm just here to tell you, your life happens with or without this business. But the reality of it is that this business will give you options. It will give you the freedom to live your life on your terms, the way that you want to live it, not with your paycheck, not with the bank account telling you what you need to do or have to do. But the reality is, it's so much better when you're in this business. And you just have to continue to show up, because my question is to you, what's the alternative? Why not go for it? What if you just believed in yourself? And so many people will ask the wrong questions. So many people are asking the questions like, why haven't I promoted? What am I doing wrong? Why is it taking so long? Why am I not seeing results? Why don't my parents believe in me? Why don't my friends believe in me? Instead, ask yourself this: why did I believe in myself? Because each of you who are on here right now believed in yourself enough to join. You didn't join to fail. You joined because this business, you saw something in it. Ask that question. Why did I believe in myself? Why did I want to join? Why are there people here making $100,000 a month consistently? Why is the CEO, the founder of the company, still working every single day, pushing for a passion that he has? Why is this company, why was I blessed to be able to join a Christian-based company? Why do I still want it? Okay. And so that's I think the main thing for me is, like, just ask yourself the right questions. Ask yourself what you want. Ask yourself, have I fully committed to it? And what side of the glass are you looking on? Are you looking and complaining about the wind? Or are you saying to yourself, I'm about to just adjust my sails because everything is figure outable?
Yes, mic drop. Okay, so on that note, I'm just gonna stop this here. But yes, we can go ahead and end this with a prayer. Kelsey, will you do the honors since you are the prayer?
Yes, of course. Thank you for asking me. Dear Jesus, we just come to you today, and we're just so grateful for the community that we have here. So grateful for every single leader that was on here sharing their heart tonight. And I just thank you for giving them the wisdom and giving them so many lessons that not only they've learned, but the lessons that they've been able to teach other people. We know that your word is the light. It's the guide. It's what helps us kind of recenter ourselves. And so we're so thankful for that. But I ask that you bless every single person that's under the sound of my voice, that you enlarge our territory, that you bless us beyond our wildest imaginations, but that those blessings come aligned with our character, that our character is increasing at the same time that our paychecks are increasing, at the same time that our influence is increasing, and that we never lead with a selfish heart, that we never get these promotions and take them for granted, that whatever our mindset is, that it's pleasing to you, Lord. And I just ask that you protect everybody, that you keep everybody safe, that there's no harm for anybody on our team, and that you cast out this virus. I pray for everybody that is hurting right now. But I pray that you lead them to the light. And if this light is that business, then Lord, put us in front of the people that need to hear us, that need to hear this about this business, that need to hear about this community of women that are willing to cheer them on, that want to support them, that want to see them win, and that are willing to invite them to sit at our table. Lord, we welcome everybody here. We don't care where they came from. We don't care about their past. And let us see people the way that you see them, Lord. Let us just continue to see the goodness in people and not dwell on the negativity. We are so grateful for everything that you've done, but we're more excited about what you're going to do in our lives and in our team. And just, we're always going to give you the glory. We love you so much. Thank you, Jesus. Amen.
Whoop, whoop. Amen, guys. I hope you guys can all take something really powerful away from this. And also remember that this doesn't stop here. Keep growing your mindset and check yourself every single day. Protect your mindset at all costs and just make that decision that you're worthy and that you can do it. Not that every day is going to be easy, but that you're going to get through every day and you're going to wake up the next morning and you're going to do it again because you deserve it, okay? I love you guys all so, so much. I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening, a great week, and just go out and crush this month and get what you deserve. Bye, guys.